Good morning, I'm Maddie Jansen, and this is the podcast of 17 News at Sunrise. It's everything you need to know to start your day in about 15 minutes.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
Preparing for a packed supervisors meeting today as oil industry and public safety workers are invited to tell state officials what they think of cuts that could affect our local economy. We'll have a preview and details if you want to weigh in.
A woman supposed to be celebrating one of the happiest days of her life dies while giving birth to her son, and her family is blaming a local hospital. Their plea for justice coming up.
After weeks of delay, the impeachment will finally be moving to the Senate. So what could a trial look like and how long could it take? We'll have the latest from Washington. This is Tuesday, January 14th, 2020. Good morning. Good to have you with us. I'm Maddie Jansen alongside Alex Fisher.
And we're taking a look at your forecast on this Tuesday as we prepare for more cold weather. Ken, I got to say, it's been really chilly in the afternoon. It's still kind of surprising for me.
Well, temperatures are near average. This is where they should be this time of year. So for some, it might be a little cool. I know I've been turning on the heat at the house. So even though this is where we should be, it might feel a little chilly to some. Yesterday's high was 55 degrees, and our normal is 55, and our record 74. I think that's where Alex would like it to be. The record 74 set back in 2012, and right now fog is not a problem for you. I know we've been watching that the last several days. We've got great visibility for Bakersfield, up near Fresno, and also into Merced. I don't expect it to be an issue. 36 degrees on the temperature right now for Bakersfield, so definitely a chilly start, so you want to grab the jacket. Temperatures this afternoon, though, are expected to be right back where they should be. By noon, 52, and by 3 o'clock, sunny skies in 55. Right now, 32 degrees out of Tehachapi, a northwest wind at 16. We are expecting a very windy day in the mountains. We'll start out in the 30s, 40s this afternoon, and a sustained wind by 3 o'clock out of the west at 14. We are going to be talking about rain in the valley and some mountain snow headed our way, but when? I've got the details on that coming up in just a few minutes. But first, traffic with Alex.
All right, Ken, thanks so much. And taking you outside for the first time this morning, here's a look at the 99 at Airport Drive. And as you can see, things looking pretty good on that side of town. Everything else around the county looking great to start off your Tuesday morning. No incidents to talk about right now, but we'll keep you updated throughout the morning if anything changes. We'll have another check coming up in about 15 minutes. 5:02 now, and the highly anticipated Board of Supervisors meeting is set to take place later this afternoon. And the question on everyone's mind, what will the future of oil look like here in Kern County? 17's Taylor Schaub is live outside the Board of Supervisors chambers with a preview. Good morning, Taylor.
Alex, Maddie, I'm live outside the Board of Chambers where hundreds are expected to gather later today. And the topic, like you said, on everybody's mind, what's the oil capital of California going to look like years down the road? Here's what we know so far. Last year, Governor Gavin Newsom imposed new regulations on the industry, including a ban on new permits for stem-injected oil drilling and new regulations on fracking projects. Kern County, as we know, produces nearly 75% of California's oil production, making us the top oil-producing county in the state and one of the highest in the nation. These regulations could significantly impact the roughly 23,000 people either directly employed or associated with Kern's oil industry. As Tracy Leach says, this could be a major concern for our county.
We need to produce it here. It should be produced by Californians and for Californians. And the tax benefits, the high standards for health and safety in the environment that California has, that's where we should be producing oil under those standards, not coming from foreign countries which do not have the same standards nor the same respect for human rights that California does.
Juan Flores, with the Center for Race, Poverty, and the Environment, understands that sentiment, but he also believes Kern County must look towards the future, guys, not the past.
We're not talking about let's shut down oil operations. No. We're talking we have the opportunity as well to transition from regular gas vehicles to electric vehicles, to electrify our vehicles or homes as much as we can. What we're saying is let's get ready. Man, and if we can continue extracting oil for 200 years, and yet we still have a plan to diversify our economy, isn't that the most healthy thing for our county?
So what could be the results of this meeting, Maddie and Alex? Well, the board can take a few actions, including an economic impact report. They could also declare an economic state of emergency. If you want to attend this meeting, it starts at 2 p.m. right here at the County Administrative Center downtown on Truxtun Avenue. But make sure to get here early because, as we said, it's going to be hundreds of people and it's going to be very busy, expected to fill up quickly. Live in downtown Bakersfield, Taylor Schaub, 17 News.
All right, Taylor, thanks so much. And, of course, we'll have coverage throughout the day on this meeting.
5:05 now. It has been a rough week for small businesses in Bakersfield after a series of break-ins. Around 6:30 yesterday morning, a thief hit Sugar Daddy's clothing store on Stockdale Highway and California Avenue in southwest Bakersfield. This is surveillance video, or a picture, rather, of the suspect right here. Owner Heidi Shubin says the burglar took electronics, cash, and even a stack of mail. And now she has a message for him.
To me, it might be somebody that's in their addiction, that's looking for quick money. I'm a recovering addict. I've been clean 13 years, and there's help. If it's mental health, drug addiction, alcoholism, there's help out there. Don't come and take it from people that are hardworking people that only give back to the community and don't want anything in return, but we sure don't deserve to have this happen to us.
Less than 10 minutes after that burglary, a thief smashed the glass door at Cherry Blossom Bouquet just down the road. Owner Amy Cherry says he took the cash register drawer, and ransacked the place before crawling back out the broken door. And the Bakersfield Police Department is also investigating another break-in at the bra shop in the 1400 block of Callaway Drive in northwest Bakersfield. Owner Elizabeth Sotelo tells 17 News someone busted the window of the store just after 10 Saturday morning and stole lingerie and other items. No word yet on whether any of the break-ins are connected. Organizers are still looking for volunteers for this year's point-in-time homeless count in Kern County. The census survey is set for next Friday. It starts at 3:30 in the morning. Volunteers will try to get the most accurate count yet of just how many people are living on Kern County streets. Last year's count was bolstered by an influx of new volunteers and revealed a more than 100% increase in our homeless population. To learn more about how to sign up to volunteer, just visit our website, kget.com.
Health officials have been sounding the alarm about this year's flu season. It's been rampant across the United States, but here at home it's not as bad. But that could change. 17 News has obtained the latest county report on the flu. As we've reported, one person locally has died from the flu this season. The data also show the strain of the virus, commonly called influenza B, is the predominant cause of illness across the state. Here in Kern County, data shows the number of kids missing school because of the flu is down compared to last year. The same trend is true for emergency room visits. Data shows around 7% of ER visits were flu-related, and this season, compared to roughly 9% last season. Remember, we are in the middle of the peak season, but it is not too late to get your flu shot. Cases of the flu have been on the rise across the state since December 22nd. It takes 2 weeks for the body to build up immunity to the virus after getting the flu shot. The CDC says the flu activity can be widespread through May. So we're still several months out from really starting to see things calm down.
And we saw that story about the little girl who lost her sight due to the flu. Just a reminder, it can be very serious. It seems kind of routine, like, oh, cold and flu season, but it can be very serious.
Well, I think it's also important to note that even though that the flu is not as bad right now here in Kern County, that could still change. I mean, when you think of health officials say, the peak season goes through February, that's another month and a half, and that's still a lot of time for things to get worse.
All right, 5:08. From joy to anguish, one family speaking out after their loved one died on the day she was meant to deliver her baby.
Why they're saying the hospital is at fault.
And on the weather front, another storm is brewing and on the way to Kern County, but when? More details coming up next.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News with Maddie Jansen, Alex Fisher, and Kevin Charette with your Pinpoint Doppler forecast. This is 17 News at Sunrise.
Welcome back. We're back with a local family who blames Memorial Hospital for the death of their loved one.
Sabrina De La Rosa went to the hospital to deliver her baby, but her family says she died after being given a drug 50 times stronger than morphine. 17's Karen Wah has more.
The state of shock.
It was a weekend that took a tragic turn.
We weren't expecting weren't expecting it.
They were expecting their 28-year-old sister, Sabrina De La Rosa, to welcome a new life.
When you go to have a baby, you're expected to come home.
Instead, her life was lost too soon. 9 months pregnant, Sabrina checked into Memorial Hospital. According to her family, to ease the pain, a nurse gave her a shot of fentanyl, a drug 50 to 100 times stronger than morphine.
When she started the injection, Sabrina instantly began screaming.
Within the next hour, Sabrina was unresponsive, so a doctor gave her more fentanyl, her family said. Moments later,
she got up to use the restroom. When she came out of the restroom, she passed out, and then she went into a seizure.
Doctors performed an emergency C-section, delivering a healthy 8-pound Jax. But they couldn't revive Sabrina.
She was covered in blood from head to toe. This is how they left us to see our sister Sabrina.
Now her family is demanding answers.
Child is born into this world pure, and then to subject him to a hard narcotic like that, it's like you don't know what side effects that can cause on him.
They were told the hospital started administering fentanyl about a year ago.
That pain during childbirth is not that painful to prescribe a strong drug of that nature.
There are many remaining questions, but Memorial Hospital only released a short statement, reading in part, an open and transparent dialogue between hospital leadership and Sabrina's family is ongoing.
We know that she would want us to be happy and just to take care of her kids.
Sabrina leaves 2 older daughters, a son, and newborn Jax.
It's a shame that knowing as he grows up, he's never really going to be able to celebrate his birthday like a joyous moment, knowing that that's the anniversary of his mom's passing.
Karen Hua, 17 News.
And the family is holding a fundraiser car wash this Saturday, the 18th, at Freedom House on Niles Street. They also have a fundraising page linked on our website, kget.com.
5:21 now. The sheriff's office is asking for help finding a runaway teen. 14-year-old Devin Wofford has been missing since Saturday. He's 6 feet tall and wears glasses. If you have any information on his whereabouts, call KCSO at 861-3110, or you can remain anonymous by calling the secret witness hotline at 322-4040.
The search continues for Bakersfield's new leader. The city officials will continue interviewing candidates today for a new city manager. Longtime city manager Alan Tandy retired last week after 27 years on the job. Now the search is underway for his successor. Public Information Officer Joe Conroy says it is unclear when an announcement will be made. There is no acting city manager at this time.
Bakersfield and Arvin are teaming up for an annual project, Light Up the Night, to raise awareness and encourage community members to practice safe habits while riding in the community. This public event encourages cyclists, pedestrians, scooterists, and skaters to wear lights and reflective clothing to increase their chances of being seen by drivers in the dark. Take your bike to receive a free rechargeable light and a helmet. Supplies are limited. The event takes place this Thursday from 3 to 5 p.m. at Arvin High School at 900 Varsity Road.
All right, we'll still ahead this morning on Sunrise. If you're using Windows 7, you might be out of luck.
Why millions of people are set to lose tech support and protection for their devices today.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
Millions of people are set to lose support and protection for their PCs and laptops today. Microsoft launched Windows 7 back in 2009. Starting today, the company says it will no longer support the operating system. That means it won't issue any more updates or any more software patches that could prevent cyber attacks and viruses. Also happening today, Windows 7 users can no longer get technical support from Microsoft. If you have a computer that's less than 3 years old, you can pay to upgrade to Windows 10. Upgrades start at $139. If your computer is more than 3 years old, Microsoft suggests buying a new one. According to Net Applications data from December, more than 32% of all laptops and desktops still run on Windows 7. Americans are putting more money in their 401k retirement accounts, according to data from the Plan Sponsor Council of America. In 2018, workers put an average of 7.7% of pay into their 401k. That's up nearly a full percent from 2 years earlier. That might not sound like a big increase, but it can have a noticeable impact over time. For a 35-year-old making $60,000 a year, putting an extra 1% into a retirement account could mean an additional $85,000. Businesses are also increasing their 401k matches and profit sharing money as they compete for quality employees in the tight job market. Alex?